Welcome to Take Two, the Rock 95 Morning Crew with Craig, Brian, and MJ. Although Brian is away this week, so just the two of us.
Ooh, we can make it if we try. Sorry about that.
I have a list that I want to go through with you. These are things that are slowly disappearing, or actually they're pretty much gone. So these are things that you didn't even think of, and now you're kind of like, oh yeah.
What happened to that?
Where did that go? And I have no explanation as to where these things went. They just decided to disappear. I guess the big one for me would be toys and cereal boxes.
That used to be so cool.
Wasn't that the thing?
I know they recently brought back like spoons. Like
Oh,
there were
did they?
spoons, and there was like different colored spoons, like if it changes in the color of the milk. I think they
Right.
brought them back for a limited time.
Must not have sold well.
Must not have done too well, where they're giving them away for free.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be so fun. Remember having to dig through the cereal box to try and
Or you
find
just
that
dump it
resin?
all over the floor.
Yeah, that's the way you did it. And you begged your parent to buy you that cereal. Like, I really want this. Like, you've never had that before. I really want it. You just wanted the toy that was pictured.
Was
on
there a
the front.
particular toy that you remember that you're like, that's the one I want to get that cereal?
Okay, so I got hoodwinked once because there was this, I forget what cereal it was, but they were advertising you could get this like Barbie backpack.
Oh.
It turned out you had to like give a whole bunch of.
You thought a backpack was in a cereal box?
I wasn't too bright. I was not too bright. So when there was no backpack in a cereal box, I was a little disappointed. You had to send in proof of purchase and all these things.
Yeah.
And my mom just shook her head. She's like, good Lord.
She let you figure it out for yourself, did she?
This girl is destined for radio, I suppose.
I wanted a glow-in-the-dark globe.
You thought that was in a cereal
And then
box.
that wasn't a big giant globe. It was small, and it was about the size of maybe the palm of your hand, maybe even smaller than that. And it
Right.
would glow in the dark or whatever. And I wanted, and I never got it
You never
for
got
whatever
that?
reason. But I remember seeing it advertised, thinking, "I want that cereal." But it was a cereal we never bought because it was too sugary.
Oh, too sugary.
Yeah.
Whoa, in the 80s cereal market, something was too sugary?
I want to say it was Captain Crunch, which I was never,
Oh, yeah.
allowed to get.
That'll rip the roof off of your mouth.
It certainly will, but so worth it. TV bumpers. This is an interesting one. So, NBC. So where you get the, and I didn't even notice they faded. I mean, I'm the only one in this room that has cable, but they go from one show to another without the identification of the station because they don't want you to change the channel.
Right.
So any kind of stop down to identify what their station is pretty much obsolete now, which is kind of interesting. And then a lot of people are streaming otherwise too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're right. We don't have that anymore.
So that's gone. I didn't notice this was gone. Foil wrappers on chocolate bars. Is that true? Boy. Crunchy would be the only one I would think of that it would have the foil wrapper.
The Crunch Bar. Yeah,
Are they
the
still
Crunch
there?
Bar is that.
They better be. Because I think that adds to the flavor.
It does add to the flavor, and you like rip it open ever so slightly.
I mean,
I know it's not on Kit Kats anymore. It used to be on Kit Kats, right?
That's right,
And then
it
you
did.
like slid it out of the sleeve, but now the whole entire package is like a foil. type
Probably
deal.
a cost-cutting measure.
Probably.
But I think chocolate just felt a little better when you were
it
ripping
was a little
out.
fresher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and buy a Crunch Bar. And I don't have to buy one. I can just look at it in the store, but I want to know. Man, what are you doing? I'm just looking at the bars.
Well, the bonus of eating a Crunch Bar is worth buying it, right?
For sure.
Yeah. Here's one. Picture-in-picture. So TVs with picture-in-picture.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I remember getting a TV that had picture-in-picture, and I was very, very excited about this.
And then you realized it was useless.
And then I
you're
realized I will never, ever use this.
Like, it's like, I know what's happening, but I can't hear a thing, but I can watch this.
I will never, ever want to watch a sporting event and an award show at the same time.
No. I think my dad liked it for the... I think he used it a few times. He's like, "Oh, look, I can watch sports, and then I can change it to something else when there's commercials."
It's a
and I know
show
when
off
it's
thing,
back
right?
on. Yeah, it's a show off. We
not
didn't even want
anymore.
to use it. No.
I mean, now you show somebody your TV, and if they have picture-in-picture, you got an old TV, dude.
This is really old. Where's your smart TV with all the apps?
Yeah. And fireflies.
Like the bug?
Yeah.
What?
Apparently, they're becoming obsolete. Now, not to the point where they're becoming extinct. It's that they're not being seen as much because of light pollution.
Oh,
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
When's the last time you saw a firefly?
Well, I don't know.
Been a long time.
It's been a very long time.
Which is sad because as a kid, that was a real
was exciting.
wonder of the world, right? And to
Yeah.
be explained what exactly it is.
You're out there and you're camping in your backyard and you see a firefly.
Yeah. Now, granted, I mean, you could write into me and say that they're everywhere because I don't camp.
Gregor just saw them last week. I'll take your word
I'll just
for
have to
it.
take your word for it. Let's do Craigslist. It's coming up.
Craigslist.
All right. So these are some of the trending topics going on right now. Heinz has created a new sauce. And MJ has already made it clear to me that she is not interested in this sauce. It's the
It can
everything
happen.
sauce. Everything. It's everything,
It's
MJ.
everything.
Piled into one sauce. Everything you wanted.
The problem is I don't like anything.
14 Heinz sauces used to make this sauce, the every sauce, which you can't buy, by the way. You have to, like, win it, which is what companies are doing nowadays. But nonetheless, here's your sauces. Burger sauce, garlic sauce, aioli sauce, a smoky baconaise, which I guess
Baconaise.
it's like a mayonnaise and bacon thrown
Ew.
together. What do you mean, ew?
No. The
Do you not have bacon? Do you not have BLTs and mayonnaise?
Bacon is beautiful enough. It doesn't have to be like creamed into a white sauce. That's a disgrace to the pig who gave its life for the bacon.
You're a prude. Sweet
right.
chili, chip sauce, saucy sauce. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's like
I can feel your look.
It's like really sassy sauce. Like that's saucy sauce.
Mayoracha, mayo and sriracha together.
yeah.
Mayo must, which is mayo and mustard together. Truffle mayo, which I guess.
No, I think you were right the first time.
Turd mayo.
Yeah.
Garlic and caramelized onion mayo. Curry ketchup, pickle ketchup, and smoky bacon ketchup. All these in one bottle. Poof.
So I was talking to my husband about this, and I didn't even have to finish my sentence. He knew before I was done telling him. I'm like, so Heinz came out with this. He's like, yeah, the everything sauce. How do I get it? I'm like, you're on your own. That's him.
He's just going to smother everything in it on
Oh,
it, right?
yeah, he loves his condiments.
Yeah. Did you go see any of these movies? These are the top 10 blockbusters of all time, according to a new poll that was put out there. And blockbusters, of course, the summer blockbusters. It's a highlight of the summer. There's a movie that comes out that everybody pinpoints. Last year it was Barbieheimer, Barbie and Oppenheimer. They're not on the list. This year, I guess the only one would be Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, that
Would be the
next
one that everybody targets, right?
I know Brian's very excited for Twisters.
Twisters. That being said, I don't hate it. I just
No. I just love ragging on him.
Yeah,
before.
exactly. He's like diehard Twisters. Jurassic Park was number one, which I remember that being a big deal.
And I saw that in theater.
Yeah, me too. Avengers Endgame, which was not too long ago. That's number 2. Then we had Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, Indiana Jones is okay. He just,
He doesn't do it for
I don't know
me.
what it is. I see Harrison Ford. I'm like, that's Han Solo.
Yeah.
And speaking of Han Solo, New Hope, Star Wars, number 4. Empire Strikes Back was 5. That was a big deal. The Dark Knight, which I'm glad to see. That's a good one.
That was a great film.
Yeah.
That was a great
That's
film.
number 6.
That one I did not see in theaters. I was excited to see it in theaters. And I was like, okay, let's go see this one in theaters. And then we talked about this. My son showed up 3 weeks early, and I never got to see The Dark Knight.
Oh.
I was really hoping that, the baby would hold off until I could see The Dark Knight in theater. Didn't happen.
I went and saw it, and I have a vivid memory of somebody ruining the movie for me because they would they made a lot of noise. They go, oh yeah,
Stuff.
right beside me.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
stuff.
all right.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Rounding out the top 10, Return of the Jedi was 7. And then we had the 2 Avengers. We had Infinity War and just the Avengers at 8 and 9, and Independence Day. Will Smith saving the world.
That's right. Welcome to Earth. That's what I call it. Close and count.
And we complain about the new generation, and boy, this does not look good on them. According to a new survey, almost half of Gen Zers, or Zetters, whatever you want to call them, ages 16 to 26, believe that being between 5 and 10 minutes late is essentially the same thing as being on time. Not my father's rule.
No.
Obviously, he always told me that if you're on time, you're late. So get there early.
So if you're early, you're on time.
Yeah. And you are chronically late. You've confessed this to me.
I am. Although I feel I'm respectful if there is a meeting or I have to meet someone at a certain time. But when it came to an old job that I was not a fan of, I was totally fine waltzing in there 30 seconds before I had to punch in. And I didn't see a problem with that.
Did they say anything to you? There's nothing they could say. You're on time, right?
On time. I got the little side eye.
Are you a Gen Xer?
I'm on the cusp.
What is that? Gen X and what was
Gen
next?
X and Y.
Your Y?
Yeah.
Gen Y is not on this list as to what they think about things like this. So.
Oh, really? I wonder what they think. They're probably like a little bit like me. Like,
don't give a crap.
I don't care.
Listen to Craig, Brian, and MJ, the Rock 95 Morning Crew on Barrie's Rock Station, Rock 95.